Ladies and gentlemen, the left has won. In the UK, of course. Not in the United States, because there is no left in the United States. We just have this myth of this left-wing movement. But mostly it's just content for YouTubers. The only movement we have in this country, the only real movement we have in this country, is a conservative movement. But in contrast, in the UK, it's the conservatives who lost. And it's the left who won. But interestingly enough, their version of conservatism, I think, is not quite as extreme and crazy and wacky as what we have in this country.
He suffered a devastating loss, and someone decided to rub it in earlier today.
I'd also like to thank the police who have ensured that we can conduct this ballot here on the energetic and the British people have delivered a sobering verdict tonight, with goodwill on all sides. That is something that should give us all confidence.
Well, that was a candidate holding up an L sign right behind Rishi Sunak while he was delivering his concession speech. The L here stands for loser. And the man holding the sign is called Nico Omilana. He's a YouTuber and one of the prank candidates in this election. It was a cheap stunt, but it's also a political reality for Rishi Sunak because he has lost.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's do an analysis or breakdown of British politics versus American politics. So in the United States, we have the Democrats, who are kind of a center-left party, and then in the UK, they have the Labour Party, which is also a center-left party, but they're more left-wing than the Democrats. You have the GOP, or Republicans, in the United States for the conservative or right-wing party. And then in the UK, you have the Conservative Party for their Conservative Party. So there's a lot of similarities between the parties, but then there's also some distinct differences between the two. Now, this is a surface-level analysis. If you really want to learn about British politics, probably better listening to someone who is from the UK, not a Jamaican, even though Jamaica has a direct connection to the British Empire. Not so much now, but that's irrelevant. On economic policies, the American Democrats versus the British Labour Party, pretty similar. Republicans in the United States versus the British Conservatives, pretty similar. Social issues, same kind of pattern. The American Democrats with the British Labour Party, the American Republicans with the British Conservatives. As far as healthcare, that's where you see a little bit of deviation. So, significant deviation, actually. So the American Democrats advocate for expanding government-provided healthcare. They support things like the Affordable Health Care Act, and they make proposals, operative word being proposals, for Medicare for all. But in actuality, government healthcare is not really a thing in the United States. There's no realistic push for that from the Democrats. In contrast, the British Labour Party, they strongly support the NHS, and they are opposed to privatization. So they have National Health Service, that is nationalized healthcare. The Labour Party supports it. The Democrats kind of, in my view, more pander to that type of a thing. The Republicans in the United States are opposed to government-run healthcare programs, and in fact, they try to repeal the Affordable Health Care Act. How serious that is, who knows, but they have been attacking it, at least in rhetoric. As far as the conservatives in the UK, they support the NHS, so that's a deviation from the Republicans. The NHS is supported by the Conservative Party in the UK, and the only thing that they want to do is introduce reforms that increase the private sector involvement. So I would say the British conservatives are kind of like the Democrats when it comes to how the Democrats look at socialism. So the Democrats really don't have any support for socialism, but they do support more expansion of existing social programs that we have here. So they support capitalism on a whole. That's typical Democrat stance. They're absolutely capitalists, but they wouldn't mind sprinkling a little bit of more social programs. So again, that's similar to how The Conservative Party in the UK support nationalized healthcare, but they wouldn't mind sprinkling a little bit of privatization. As far as an environment, American Democrats, British Labour Party, pretty similar. American Republicans and British Conservatives, pretty similar. Again, this is all surface level. You want to dive deeper, talk to someone who's from the UK. Foreign policy. American Democrats, British Labour Party, pretty similar. American Republicans and the British Conservatives, pretty similar. And that's the basic rundown. Again, surface level analysis. This is the Debate Me channel. Debate me in the comment section below. Click on the like button, subscribe, smash that bell. Be well.